We're here at Nordic Business Forum in Helsinki 2016. I'm here with Seth Godin, best-selling author, and all-around funny man. And
you're the funny man.
Funny man.
I just show up and carry your bags.
Oh, I need someone to do that for me. So let's talk about one of your books. It's called All Marketers Are Liars.
Terrible title for a book.
I know, I love the title. What does that mean?
It's a terrible title. There's too much nuance. Marketers didn't want to buy a book calling them liars. I should have called it All Marketers Tell Stories. Because everything is a story. That expensive wine doesn't taste better than cheap wine in a blind study. It just doesn't. But if your story is true, in the sense that once I know you're telling me a story, I still want to hear it, that story will resonate with me. That story will make me better. So that what that book challenges us to do is not tell a story about us, but tell a story about them, to tell a story that they need to hear, to help them get to where they want to go, whoever it is we are serving. And that book, more than any other one I've written, gets at the heart of what a marketer is capable of doing with the enormous leverage that we have.
What are some good examples of brands that just told this amazing story and that's how they became huge?
Well, Starbucks, any successful brand of bottled water, any kind of car. Why should you pay $80,000 for a car that gets you somewhere like a $30,000 car? Is a Volvo actually safer than a Chevy Taurus? Well, not for 99.999% of the people, but the story that someone told themselves when they bought a Volvo was worth it because it made them feel like a better parent. It made them feel like a better person. And guess what? If you're driving a Volvo, you actually drive more safely because you see yourself as the kind of person who's a safe driver. Boom. End of story. It's more important to tell me a Volvo is safe than for the Volvo to actually be safe because I'm going to drive more safely if I believe it.
I think this is because the Irish are supposed to be really nice people, and because they think that there's that brand about them, they actually are nicer.
Well, I'm not going into stereotypes here, but I love people when I've been to Ireland. It's been a super fun thing.
At Nordic Business Forum, you talked about how to get your ideas to spread. Do you want to just highlight some of your conclusions from that speech?
Well, let's begin with, if your ideas spread, you win. A lot of people don't acknowledge that, but it's true. So let's say that that's true. What are you going to do differently? So, if someone has a factory and they give away free samples to everyone who comes, they go out of business. But if you make ideas and you give away free samples to everyone, you win. But all these people are afraid to tell us their idea. They're afraid to give us something that can spread. They lock it down. They say, you can't have this, you can't listen to that, you can't see this. What if we did the opposite of that? What if we became promiscuous in the way we share ideas?
Can you name a company or an individual or two who have been very successful at getting their ideas to spread, like not hogging them?
This is super easy. Close your eyes, think of a company. Don't have to say it.
Okay.
Whatever you thought of,
yeah.
That's my answer.
Huh.
Because you thought of it.
Yeah.
Proof.
It's true. It was Nike, by the way.
There you go.
What do you think are the top 3 biggest mistakes people are doing in marketing today?
Number 1 is looking for lists. That was self-referential because 3 things. Number 2 is being afraid. And number 3 is being selfish.
Okay, so talk about to be afraid. How does that manifest itself then?
You don't need more good ideas. You need more bad ideas. Because if you have enough bad ideas, the good ones will come along. That just about every good idea you can think of was a bad idea before it was a good idea. That the thought that a smartphone would cost $500 when before it came out, a phone cost $39. 150% more than that, 5 times more, right? The thought that people would tune into a TV network that showed nothing but music videos was a bad idea until it was a good idea. That fear of being wrong keeps us from being right.
So we have some companies who are really investing a lot in trying different things and being ready to fail, like Google with all their experiments and stuff. So how can we get the word out? How can we get other companies to do that same thing? Like, how can we stop playing safe?
Well, reassurance is futile. That telling people it's all going to be fine is wrong. It's not all going to be fine. You're going to get laughed at. You're going to get rejected. You're going to run out of money. People are going to not want your product's going to fail. Are you okay with that? If you're not okay with that, do something else for a living.
Okay. Do you have any concrete anecdotal examples of big marketing failures from the last years?
Well, the biggest marketing failure, for sure, is not doing anything. That almost every brand is guilty of that, and almost every brand that failed is guilty of that. That not doing anything because we're afraid of the big marketing failure is the big marketing failure.
When it comes to marketing or trying to get your ideas to spread, what makes you cringe?
Well, the reason that marketers have a bad reputation is they deserve it. And the reason we deserve it is because we're selfish. We're selfish, we're short-term, and we lie a lot. And the marketers I'm proud of are generous, long-term truth tellers. That's a wonderful opportunity. I suggest you go for it.
Well, this segues into your book called Purple Cow. Can you explain what is a purple cow?
Well, purple cow is pretty simple. It's just remarkable, worth making a remark about. If we saw a purple cow, we'd tell people. Well, that means we get to make things. We get to choose what we make. If we make things that people choose to talk about, they will. And so that's the challenge. So Starbucks is a multi-billion-dollar company. There was coffee before there was Starbucks. So what happened? What happened was Howard Schultz built a third place. Not home, not the bar, not work, but a place where you could meet other people to have a conversation. Going to Starbucks by yourself is not as fun as going to Starbucks with someone else. So it's purple because it's worth talking about because it benefits us to talk about it.
The second Starbucks actually was opened right across the street from the first Starbucks. Did you know that?
I did, and in fact, the first Starbucks didn't sell coffee.
No,
it sold coffee beans and herbs. And it was years before Starbucks would sell you a cup of coffee.
Huh. So that kind of goes to show you have to be agile and be ready to try something new. They just didn't think like who would want to buy coffee.
Exactly.
But then they tried that. Huh. It seems that the market decides what's remarkable though, and not, the company or not.
Bingo. So you're a stand-up comic, one of great renown, I'm told. And if the audience if the audience doesn't laugh, whose fault is that?
Oh, that's my fault.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's almost certainly not your fault that the jokes weren't good. It's almost certainly your fault that you went to the wrong comedy club. Because there's a comedy club somewhere that wants to hear your shtick. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So what we have to do is not beat ourselves up and say, I'm a lousy comic. What we have to do is say, where do I belong? Who needs to hear this? And bring the right message to the right people on the right day.
Good. We need to boldly take risks and not worry about criticism. Is that right?
No. You knew I was going to say that.
I thought you might say that.
What does risk mean? Risk means you're out there in the world doing something risky. You know what's risky? Not going out in the world. What's risky is not engaging. What's risky is not trying. What's safe? Innovation. What's safe is building a cycle of listening and selling and delivering and repeating. That's safe. But we're all stuck on believing that it's risky.
When was there ever a time in your life that you did something safe that you regret now and you're looking back and thought, I should have not done that?
Oh.
I should have not played it safe?
Every single day. Every single day. I don't do regret very well, but if we're talking to a financial audience, I don't own half of Google I didn't own half of Yahoo because I was playing it safe. I was there. I saw what was possible. I had all the resources I need. I knew what the market needed, and I didn't do it. And so how much is that worth? $100 billion, $500 billion is a lot of money, right? So on a money thing, but I don't really care about that. I care about the people I forgot to hug, or the people I didn't take a minute to understand, or the chance I had to make something better where I just walked away.
Well, what about a great moment in your life, like an epiphany moment where you realized, like, this is something I need to do. I need to be brave. I need to take this risk.
About 30 years ago, I came to the conclusion that my job is to make decisions. And before that, I was just reacting to people. Before that, I was doing what I was told or not, right? But once we understand that making decisions is a decision, we can be in the decision business, and that changes things.
Thank you so much, Seth Godin, for having this discussion with us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.